Dear Inka, doesn't it seem like it's easier to take happiness for granted sometimes?
You've probably heard this voice before, calm, soothing, and comforting, a voice that many people recognize from ASMR videos, podcasts, and online content. But beyond being a voice artist, Inka Magnaye is also known for being vocal about her mental health journey. Good day everyone! Our case presentation focuses on bipolar 2 disorder under bipolar and related disorders. The individual we chose is Inka Magnaye, a Filipino voice artist and ASMR content creator who publicly shared her diagnosis in 2021. Despite being known for her relaxing voice and cheerful personality, Inka has openly shared her struggles with bipolar disorder along with anxiety, depression, ADHD, and PTSD. By using her voice not only for content but also for advocacy, Inka helps people better understand what it's like to live with bipolar disorder. Through her case, we will explore how biological, psychological, social, emotional, and cultural factors contribute to the development of her bipolar 2 disorder.
Bipolar 2 disorder is characterized by alternating episodes of depression and hypomania. Unlike bipolar 1, hypomania is less severe than full mania, but the mood swings are still very impairing. Inka described depressive episodes where she felt empty, hopelessness, and unmotivated. She stayed in bed for long periods of time and struggled with even basic self-care. On the opposite side of during hypomanic states, she felt extremely energetic, creative, and productive. She would take on many projects and feel unusually confident. However, these periods were unstable and often followed by emotional crashes. These alternating lows and highs are the hallmark pattern of bipolar 2 disorder.
And now that we covered the clinical pattern of Inka's bipolar 2, we'll now shift from the symptoms to the sources. So what does the research say about the biological and psychological triggers in her case? So from a biological perspective, bipolar disorder is basically a strong brain-based components, although there were no confirmed family history that was mentioned. But mood disorders are often linked to genetic vulnerability and differences in emotional regulation. So her comorbid ADHD also suggests neurological involvement. So psychologically, a major trigger was emotional trauma brought by her toxic relationship that she once had. So this led to the prolonged depressive episode and severe anxiety attacks. And before diagnosis, she also coped through isolation and confusion. But after receiving after receiving diagnosis, she developed stronger psychological insight. She became more self-aware and learned to recognize early signs of mood shifts, so which helped her manage her condition better.
Social factors also played a major role in her experience. The distressing romantic relationship acted as a trigger, while public pressure as a content creator added emotional stress. However, family support became a strong protective factor. Her mother encouraged her to seek professional help, which led her to proper treatment and diagnosis. Culturally, stigma around mental illness in the Philippines affected her openness. She feared being judged or labeled negatively, which initially delayed seeking help. This shows how social and cultural environments can both worsen and support mental health outcomes.
Emotionally, her case shows severe mood swings, and she openly shared in the I Listen with Miss David that during her depressive phases, she felt emptiness, hopelessness, and disconnection. And during her hypomanic phases also, she felt energized, creative, and euphoric. But these highs are unstable. One social factor that contributed to Inka's mental struggles is the social media. So why? Because she mentioned in her videos that she responds to comments, including negative ones. And this may have increased stress and emotional pressure, which can trigger or worsen mood episodes in individuals with bipolar disorders. She also shared that after she received her diagnosis, she felt scared but relieved at the same time because of the stigma that we had that once a person is diagnosed with mental health illness, she or he is considered as crazy or baliw. And Miss Inka is released at the same time since she knows or she already has the idea or the explanation of her struggles and how she can develop a healthy coping mechanisms with it. When we connect all of these factors, we see that biological vulnerability created susceptibility, psychological trauma triggered episodes, social stress influenced coping, and cultural stigma affected help seeking, and emotional instability reflected their interactions. So to sum it all, this supports the multidimensional integrative approach.
For our diagram, bipolar 2 disorder is placed at the center surrounded by 5 interacting factors. Biological factors include brain-based vulnerability and ADHD. Psychological factors include trauma and coping patterns. Social factors include relationships and family support. Cultural factors involve stigma and misconceptions. Emotional factors represent the depressive lows and hypomanic highs. All factors are connected with arrows to show continuous interaction. In conclusion, this case shows that bipolar 2 disorder develops through multiple interacting influences, not a single cause. Inka Magnaye's journey also shows that with awareness, support, and professional help, individuals with bipolar disorder can manage their condition and live meaningful lives.